Hello, everybody. This is Kai Marin, and today going to be going over the new Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. This is something people have been waiting for. I was very disappointed by the last Nintendo Direct. You know, there wasn't that much good there. But ultimately, I sort of understood that, like, okay, this is just the last Nintendo Switch Direct because they're about to do the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. Nintendo's just saving. They don't want to blow their load, right? So they're just going to edge us a little bit. And then we get this one, the Nintendo Directs for the Switch 2, and I'm disappointed again. This sucked. Okay, there was a couple good games, but I was expecting big things, and we got just a few, you know? Like, they're still edging us. But anyway, though, let's just go through everything. As you can see, it starts off with a new Mario Kart World. This seems really cool. I mean, they've completely changed Mario Kart formula almost, or the design. Probably the first big innovation, debatably ever, unless you're including, like, the freaking gliding from 7, or, you know, the motion controls from Wii, or the two-man carts from Double Dash. So it's all, so now apparently it's open world. All the different stages, instead of being separate maps, they're all a part of one massive map. And in between races, you have to, like, go to places, and even when you're not in races, you can drive around the open world and go wherever you want. So it seems pretty interesting. I don't know what kind of, I don't know if they'll have, like, a bunch of, like, open world Ubisoft objectives where it's like, oh, drive through a bunch of rings or whatever. But, I mean, it definitely seems kind of fun and cool. Open worlds are super played out. But, I mean, I do like open worlds, especially, like, the big seamless ones, like, you know, so we'll have to see. It all depends on what they do. I mean, Nintendo's been milking Mario Kart 8 for, like, freaking years. Hasn't it been, like, 10 years since that game came out or something? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think it's been that long. Well, actually, maybe it has. Shit. But anyways, though, so yeah, you see the whole world map there. Let's skip ahead a bit. Oh, yeah, also, these are the three of, like, the project leads for the Switch 2. I gotta say, this guy on the left, what is up with this outfit? He's got, like, a button-up t-shirt thing with an oversized suit jacket. Like, my god. I mean, these other two are okay. Okay, guy in the middle is obviously, like, best dressed here. But this guy on the left, I have no clue what he was doing here.
I'm the producer for
Yeah,
Nintendo Switch 2.
Koichi Kawamoto.
I'm Takuhiro Do.
But yeah, they talk a little bit more about it here. Yeah, so you got this big-ass open world now, so it definitely seems like it could be interesting. I'm not gonna go, like, frame by frame, but you can see a bunch of the different levels. Mario Bros. Circuit, Crown City, and you have to drive in between them as well. Yeah, so it seems like it'd be interesting, though. And 24 drivers per race. And it also has a battle royale aspect. If you don't make it to the next checkpoint in time, then you get eliminated, which is pretty crazy. Although, like I've said, did I mention this? It's freaking $80. Have I mentioned that yet? Which is insane for video. I can't believe they're already trying to go to 80. I feel like they just went to 70, and 70 was pushing it. About now $80 for a freaking game. That's pure insanity. I feel like they actually are going to try to sell GTA 6 for 100. Anyway, I know, so we're going to get a whole direct about Mario Kart World, so we'll see about that. Here they talk about this. So they just have a chat feature. It's basically Discord for the Switch 2. Pretty cool, I guess. Although you need Nintendo Switch Online to use it. Although they're going to be giving it away for free until March of next year, so I mean, that'll be fun. Although I gotta say, I guess I won't say that much else about it. They're gonna add, yeah, they're gonna have it so games, you have your freaking mug plastered up on here.
Like this.
Jeez. And also you can buy, yeah, because then you can buy a camera for it too. There's the camera there.
Almost as if you're all playing together. You saw in the
yeah, buy the freaking camera too.
Many limited additional custom.
And parental controls. They made a new parental controls ad with the Bowser and Bowser Jr. I haven't watched that yet, but I'm sure it's, you know, as cute as the first one, or the original. This is just about game share. Yeah, you can play different games together, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and here they just talk about the specs, so it's bigger screen, same thickness.
That compares to Nintendo Switch.
Much higher quality display. 120 frames per second, apparently. That's pretty insane, although we'll see how many games actually run at that. LCD HDR support, and Joy-Cons too attach magnetically. This is definitely useful. I always hated the freaking Joy-Cons. They were always a pain to, like, get on and off.
Two controllers connect magnetically. Strong magnets keep the controllers firmly attached to the system.
And it's got bigger SR and SL buttons, larger control sticks, and oh yeah, you can use it as a mouse too. I thought this was so weird.
As a mouse to play with compatible games.
And they have an exclusive game for using this feature, which is certainly interesting.
Left and right Joy-Con 2 support mouse controls.
I don't know, it seems like a goofy feature, but I mean, it is interesting. It kind of reminds me of the old days when all these different game consoles would have their own mice. Like, there was the Super Nintendo mouse, there was the PlayStation mouse, and then there was the N64 mouse. And the N64 mouse, I'm pretty sure you could use that to play GoldenEye and Perfect Dark, which is probably the best way to play those games, actually, at least on original hardware. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's sort of, the mice on home consoles is kind of a forgotten art. Improved speakers, mouse. And it has a better stand, too. And 2 USB-C ports.
10 times that of Nintendo Switch.
And 256 gigs of data.
Cool.
And it's, oh yeah, and the dock has a fan.
And improved Nintendo lots of new gameware. The game it's exclusive to.
Oh yeah, this is so insane. So we have Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. This is basically just like a tech demo. As you can see, it has a bunch of ads for the Switch 2. Like, what are the magnets? Strong magnetic circuit. It explains all this stuff about the hardware. And then it has a bunch of these mini games. Like, it's got this golf game.
By combining the mouse controls and gyroscopes, things like this are possible.
Yeah, and then you have this space thing, which I guess you also control with the mouse, Toho. You can shake a maraca.
Some of the secrets range from the unique features of the system to tiny details you might not notice until they're pointed out. There are plenty. Nintendo Switch 2 welcome.
So it's like, okay, so this is just like a tech demo thing. It tells you about the console. It's got some mini games.
Tour will launch as a paid digital game on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
Paid digital game on the same day as... This is insane! They make this stupid tech demo with like some shitty mini games that just show off the console's features, and it's like, oh, but you have to buy it! Are you fucking kidding me? This is insane. Like, what? Look, this is like Nintendo's version of Astro's Playroom, except worse. Alright, because Astro's Playroom, it's basically just like a tech demo. And it actually, Astro's Playroom actually is a lot of fun. I mean, it's really short. I think I like 100%ed it, platinumed it in like 5 hours. So it's a really short game. But it was a lot of fun. And look, it's honestly, that is the kind of game that would be worth spending like $10 on. But no, they gave it to us for free, and not to glaze Sony too hard. But Nintendo's out here fucking giving us their shitty version, their shitty knockoff for fucking, I don't even know how much. How much are they going to charge people for? $10? $20? That's insanity, man.
So please check it out if you're interested.
I'm not interested.
Switch 2 titles.
And also, they made the game cards red, so it's totally different, guys. And now you can only use the new microSD Express cards. And I guess you can transfer your data, and apparently you have new buttons on this Switch Pro. Who cares? Available June 5th, 2025. So it's actually coming out pretty quick. Only like, oh my god, it's already April. So it's literally going to be out in like 2 months. Jesus.
The first type performance compatible.
Oh yeah, and apparently this is interesting. It's not fully backwards compatible. You can only play compatible Nintendo Switch games on it, which this really bothers me. Because I'm a big fan of backwards compatibility. That's probably the best part of, like, the PlayStation 5, for example. But, yeah, you're not going to be able to play all your Switch games on this. I guess you're only going to be able to play games that they update, I guess. So, I mean, presumably all their first-party games are going to be okay. And then third-party ones are going to be a crapshoot, but that's a big disappointment for me. I mean, it shouldn't even really be that difficult. I mean, come on. The Wii was able to play GameCube games. You know, the Wii U could play Wii games. 3DS could play DS games. The DS could play fucking Game Boy games. You can't make this fucking Switch 2 play all Switch games, even though it has the same game cards and it's like the same console, basically. Give me a break. And also, they're gonna give some games a Nintendo Switch 2 edition. And although this is kind of weird, basically they're just giving games exclusive DLC, exclusive Switch 2 DLC. Because you have to, like, for this one, like, they're giving us a Super Mario Party Jamboree DLC, basically, for the Switch 2. And it uses all its features. But yeah, like I said, it's DLC. You have to pay for these Switch 2 versions. Which, I mean, you know, is kind of scummy, but it's like, you know, these basically are just exclusive DLCs, so I don't really have beef with it. Yeah, like there's this mouse one.
Mouse controls.
And actually, one thing, now that we have the mouse, doesn't this mean they could port all the Wii games too? Because now you can use the mouse as the pointer? Although I guess you could technically still use the pointer on the Switch with just the gyro, right?
Mario Party Jamboree, Nintendo Switch 2
yeah, with
edition.
Jamboree
What's
TV.
Jamboree TV? Nintendo Switch 2, Switch 2.
Each other's React edition.
Yeah. And they're giving us versions for Breath of the Wild, although I don't even think these ones have exclusive content. I think they just update the performance, which is really scummy. If you have to pay money for just a performance update, that's total bullshit. Like, straight up. And also, they have this new app called Zelda Notes, which is basically just an app for, I guess, the Nintendo Switch app that gives you, like, you know, walkthrough information about the Zelda games. You know, I guess that's cool. Here's one for Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Improved graphics and frame rates.
Metroid Prime 4 is getting one. Which, you know, it's fine, but I mean, charging for an upgrade pack is just kind of, especially for Zelda, if that really is just a performance thing. Because at least with Kirby and Mario Party, you're getting extra content. Oh yeah, this was interesting. So, I see this and I'm like, what? Is this like... Okay, so I see this and I'm like, is this like a DJ thing? No. It's wheelchair. It's wheelchair basketball. I don't really have that much to say about this. I mean, it seems... I mean, I'm sure it seems kind of fun. It kind of reminds me of Mario Hoops 3-on-3. Which, that was a pretty fun game. But yeah, so it's wheelchair basketball, which, I mean, I see this and I sort of think woke, because woke people are obsessed with, like, disabled. Anybody who's not, like, straight or white or, you know, whatever. But, I mean, I'm actually giving this one a pass. You know, it utilizes the Switch 2's new, you know, features. Oh, this is kind of weird, though. I always wonder this about wheelchair basketball. I guess they literally don't dribble. They just put it on their lap, which makes sense, but... I don't know, I guess, you know, basketball without dribbling. Oh, wait. Yo, they're doing, like, tricks back there. This actually seems kind of fun. Although it seems like it would be a total workout to play, though, because you're going to be, like, running your freaking hands to, like, pump the wheelchair, right? Yo, you can do mad hops. Yeah, this game actually does seem kind of hype, but I'm giving this one a pass, all right? You got this one. But yeah, it seems like it would be like a workout to play, though. But I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Various moves.
Oh yeah, and also this was interesting. Yeah, this is just Elden Ring. Yeah, I thought that was... And then Hades 2. Who the frick cares about Hades 2? And then Street Fighter 6. Who cares? Oh yeah, this was kind of cool. So this is like some mecha game. I don't know anything about this.
I'm in need of a new arsenal, new equipment, and money.
Although these animations are kind of rough.
And you're buying. Rebels! Thanks for the warm welcome. This planet wills.
But I don't know. This just seems like, you know, Demon X Machina, Titanic Scion. Is this like, or Scion? Did I say Scion? I'm a retard, but it's Scion. I don't know. Is this like a franchise? I swear, I'm like living under a frickin' rock these days, but I'm gonna look this up. Is this like a sequel? Demon X Machina, or Demon X Machina, I mean. Okay, so it's a sequel to some other game, but I mean, I don't know, it looks cool. I mean, I like mecha stuff, so.
Hey, this is Joseph Forrest from Hazelight. I'm super
this is just this guy. Whatever,
2.
this guy's shilling this stupid fucking Split Fiction game. And then EA Sports, Hogwarts Legacy. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4, literally who cares? Oh yeah, this is actually kind of funny though. They got SpongeBob DLC, I guess. And then Hitman. I mean, that's fun, I guess. And apparently the Hitman devs are making a 007 game too. Which I don't like 007, but I mean, go nuts, I guess. Isn't there only like 2 good 007 games, like GoldenEye and then like the other one, but... And then we're getting Bravely Default Remastered, which this seems kind of like a missed opportunity. We're not getting Bravely Second. I mean, I know people didn't like it, but I mean, it was alright. Not just Bravely Default, which is kind of weird because they have the same engine, but... I mean, Bravely Default's a pretty good game. You know, it has good characters, you know, the gameplay's pretty good. You know, for turn-based RPG. We're getting Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. They didn't say why it's Director's Cut. I don't think Yakuza 0 had any DLC. So, I mean, I don't know. Are they going to add stuff? I mean, I don't know. So. Oh, shit. Actually, I guess. What the hell's going on here? Yeah, what the hell is this? Is this some kind of like... So it looks like we're getting some kind of new mini game. I don't really know what the hell this mini game is, but it looks interesting. So it looks like we will be getting Yakuza 0 with more content, although that kind of worries me because of the current state of RGG Studio. And then Koei Tecmo. This is whatever. When I first saw this, I was like, oh shit. Is this a Zelda, 3D Zelda, Breath of the Wild 3, but you play as Zelda the whole fucking time? I was about to go bananas, but no, it's just another Hyrule Warriors game. Who cares?
Story of the imprisoning war, which took...
Oh yeah, giving us a GameCube controller because we're getting...
A Legend of Zelda game.
Yeah, so we're getting GameCube games finally on the Switch, and we're getting Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, and then F-Zero. So that's nice. I mean, most of my GameCube favorites I still have, and honestly, for GameCube games, you're better off just emulating them. But I mean, you know, this is nice. Although this is kind of a bad omen, because I feel like if we're getting Wind Waker on Nintendo Switch Online, then I feel like we're not going to be getting Wind Waker HD anytime soon. And also, put Twilight Princess on here. This is the one game I want on here, Twilight Princess, because this is a whole story, but I have Twilight Princess on GameCube, but my copy's a little scratched up because I got it secondhand, but it doesn't work on my GameCube anymore. I tried to replay it a while back, and it just would not run for some reason. I even tried cleaning the laser, and it just wouldn't work, so it was a real downer, man, because I actually like Twilight Princess a lot. It might be my favorite 3D Zelda. And we get a couple other games here. Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance. So honestly, the GameCube actually had a really good lineup, so it's nice to be able to get these games. You know, like I said, emulation is always an option, but it's nice to be able to play them officially. And they're gonna give us a GameCube controller too. Although I don't know why they made the ZL button so freaking small on that. Look at that thing, like jeez.
Nintendo Switch.
Oh yeah, this is crazy. So we're getting Deltarune. I never played Deltarune. I was never super big into Undertale. But we're getting chapters 3 plus 4. So I don't know if Deltarune's going to be done soon. Deltarune might be like one of the first examples of an episodic game actually being successful, but it's also kind of interesting. This is kind of a W for Toby Fox. I don't have a strong opinion on Toby Fox, but the guy got to start making Nintendo ROM hacks, and now his game is like a flagship title at the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. Borderlands 4, who fucking cares? Does anybody even like Borderlands 4 anymore? And then Civilization 7, I almost made a video about this game. Apparently it's been a bit of a disaster. I'll just keep playing Civ 5, personally. WWE and NBA, who cares? Some survival game where you play as some kids, whatever. Enter the Gungeon 2. And then, what the hell is this? Space Star Seeker, whatever. Cyberpunk. Honestly, I played a bit of Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is not good. People pretend that, like, oh, CD Projekt Red, they've been redeemed. Yeah, I'm gonna mute it for a second. They're all like, oh, CD Projekt Red's redeemed. They fixed all the glitches in Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk still sucks. It's like a 7 out of 10. Look, it's like it's an okay shooter, but I mean, it's not really that deep. It's not really that fun. And it's not even really an RPG, which is what it promised to be. But yeah, so anyway, so. Oh yeah, this is just FF7 Integrate, so the remake. Which, who even cares about the remake now? And then we get some other stuff. Hollow Knight Silksong. Apparently the Hollow Knight fans were going crazy over that. Harvest Moon Grand Bazaar remake. You play a game where you play as a fucking baby with telekinesis. What? Build a museum game. Wild Hearts. I don't know. Witchbrook. I already talked about this one last time. New Puyo Puyo. Although I probably won't get it. I'm like really bad at Puyo Puyo. New Rune Factory. Marvel Cosmic Invasion. More fucking Marvel slop. And then Star Wars Outlaws. This is so who cares? Man. This has been weak, man. And then, oh, Nobunaga. I'm just gonna start skipping through the Shadow Labyrinth, Edgy Pac-Man. No Sleep for Konami Date. This is what I'm waiting for. Reanimal. Fortnite. Okay, no shit. Ridge Racer. Okay. The new Professor Layton. I mean, that will probably be cool at least, although Lady Layton was kind of pretty meh. So maybe they'll actually bounce back. I mean, I wonder if this game's even going to be successful, because Lady Layton definitely underperformed. And the thing with the Layton games is that each subsequent Layton game sold less than the last. And Lady Layton was like borderline a commercial failure if it wasn't a commercial failure. I think it sold like 300,000 units or something, which might sound like a lot, but I mean, the lowest selling Layton game was like 1 million and something, so. You know, I'm cautiously excited for this. I'm a big fan of Layton games, so. Tamagotchi Plaza. Human Fall Flat. So yeah, let's see. They got a bunch of stuff here. Why is the quality so shit? Because I have it at 1080p or whatever. Who cares? Yeah. I think this is all just stuff they show, and I'm not going to be able to get any sneak peeks.
We've shown a lot of games so far. The next game will be the last from our publishing and development partners.
Oh yeah, this is going to be cool. I'm not going to watch this whole thing, but basically, I guess I'll skip ahead. It's all like, ah. From Software. So we're basically going to be getting a Souls-like exclusive for the Nintendo Switch 2. This seems like big business. It seems kind of like... I'm not a big fan of Souls games. The only one I've ever played... I've played Elden Ring a little bit and then Nioh. But yeah, I'm not really a big fan of the genre. But this kind of seems like a spiritual successor to Sekiro and Bloodborne. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. It's kind of like Steam. It's pretty steampunky. Although, look, it'll probably be good. It'll probably be popular. And Nintendo's probably going to treat it a lot better than Sony's treated Bloodborne. Let's see here. Skip through this. So the Duskbloods, yeah. So, you know, more soul slop. So, you know, I guess that'll be good. Although I personally won't be playing it. Just not really my thing.
We'll put details about the game and develop as well. You saw.
And now we got one more game. Wait, no, I think two more. Yeah, so this starts out... This is a pretty interesting trailer because it starts out all edgy. It's like, oh no. And Kirby's on his warp star. He's trying to activate it. It won't activate. Come on. Tries to smack it. And then... Oh... There it is. It turns on the turbo jets. Zoom. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, this is insane. A new Kirby Air Ride game. I was definitely not expecting this one. Like, jeez. Yeah, there it is. Kirby Air Riders. Nice. And this is the crazy part. Director Masahiro Sakurai. Yeah, this is what we're getting instead of a new Smash. I guess.
Kirby Air Ride.
Yeah, but anyway though, and then this is the last game they showed off. I'm just gonna skip through it. It's a Donkey Kong game, and oh yeah, I didn't even mention this. They've redesigned Donkey Kong for this game, and they put this design into Mario Kart. I personally do not really like this design. I think for this game it works, but it should definitely not be the standard Donkey Kong design. So yeah, I think this is made by the Odyssey team. And so yeah, instead of getting a new 3D Mario, we're getting a new 3D Donkey Kong, which is definitely not what I was expecting. I definitely feel like Nintendo's been trying to AstroTurf Donkey Kong as of late. Like, you know, Donkey Kong was like, they have the Donkey Kong Land at Universal Studios. He was like a major part of the movie. Now we have a whole Donkey Kong game. I don't know. I don't get what the obsession with Donkey Kong is. But I mean, look, the game definitely does look fun. The whole gimmick is that the whole environment is destructible, and you even saw him like digging through shit. Like I said, it definitely looks like it'll be a lot of fun. Although, yeah, it definitely is a gamble, though, to have a Donkey Kong game instead of a 3D Mario, because I guess we're getting this instead of a 3D Mario. Yeah, so I think it's almost done now. Donkey Kong Bonanza. Yeah, July, and it's not even a launch title. It's coming out in July.
Donkey Muse. All is we hope. Finally.
And I think that's it.
later today.
That's all. Switch 2.
Yeah, so I guess that's it. I guess I'll end on like that. But so that's about it, though. Like I said, I was kind of disappointed. I mean, look, there's a couple good games, but I mean, it's just a couple. I was expecting to go to Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo's gonna have to go balls to the walls. Okay, no holds barred for exclusives. Make sure this is a success. Because like I said, Nintendo's been kind of slacking for the exclusives as of late, so I was expecting them to go really off the deep end here. In a good way, of course. But no, we only got like 2. Right? Let me think, because we got Mario Kart World, which looks like it'll be cool, and this new Donkey Kong looks like it'll be fun too, but that's like all we got. Okay, we got this FromSoft game, which that's cool, but Nintendo's just paid FromSoft to do that. And is that it? We got some new Hyrule Warriors, which, whatever, I guess. You know, more of the expanded... I guess it's more of the expanded universe for Breath of the Wild, which I guess is fine. And then we got information about the Switch 2. A bunch of paid DLCs. We got this wheelchair basketball. I mean, as far as first-party stuff goes, I guess Nintendo delivered. But the thing is that there wasn't that much first-party stuff, right? Just a couple things. I was expecting, like, you know, new Mario and a new Mario Kart, those were shoo-ins, right? And then, you know, I was expecting maybe some other stuff, right? Like, new Metroid happened last time. I guess we got Kirby Air Ride. I wasn't expecting new Pikmin, because Pikmin 4 practically just came out, but, you know. What else? I don't know, man. Splatoon 4. I guess we got some details on the Pokemon ZA. But no details on, like, the true next generation of Pokemon, though. But, I mean, yeah, though, that's about it. Overall, it's not that bad. You know, I'm not saying it's terrible, but, I mean, I just expected a little bit more, you know? I was expecting... But I guess it makes sense, like, you know, even, like, a new Zelda. I was kind of expecting a new Zelda, because, I mean, Tears of the Kingdom was, like, a borderline asset flip. And not in a good way, like Majora's Mask, in, like, a bad way, like Link's crossbow training. Get what I mean? So I was expecting, you know, more, but... I mean, it's okay. But, you know, I guess that's sort of just how things are now. Like, games take forever to make these days. So you can't really expect to have, like, these awesome lineups, right? Because games are in development for, like, 5 years, right? You know, back in the old days, you know, you could make a great game in a year. You know, a lot of companies did that. But, you know, these days it's not so simple. But, you know, overall it's okay. Most of the third-party stuff, you know, was boring. And the first-party stuff is fine. I just want a little bit more than Mario Kart and a new 3D Mario. It would have been nice to see some Zelda, but like I said, when did Tears of the Kingdom come out? Tears of the Kingdom. 2023. What was the exact date? May. So basically 2 years ago. I mean, look, it wouldn't be outrageous because Tears of the Kingdom 2023. And then Breath of the Wild was 2017. You're not telling me that they were working on Tears of the Kingdom for like 6 years? Or, yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. So, you know, like, come on. Where's the new 3D Zelda, right? I mean, it's fine, like, they had their B team make Tears of the Kingdom, and then had their A team work on the actual next one, but, nope, I guess not. But, you know, besides that, you know, new Kirby Air Ride is crazy, no new Smash either. I don't know, maybe they'll just port Smash Ultimate, I mean, Smash Ultimate Plus, Smash Ultimate, anyway, I'm just rambling now, or yapping, as they say. Anyway, that's about it for me, though. Comment down below what you think. Are you excited? Were you disappointed? Like if you enjoyed the video. Dislike if you think I'm totally wrong. And subscribe for more content. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and goodbye.